and gentlemen, and programmers, we're going to do CodeAcademy Lesson 5, Part 5. We're going to learn how to add parameters. Wait, add parameters, you say? We've already learned how to add parameters. Well, we added parameters to the constructor. Now we're going to add parameters to the any regular old method. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to open up CodeAcademy, and I want you to read through the section over here on the left. Read this, and I want you to write down in your notes and in the chat. Well, no, we're not. If you're watching this video, there's no chat. So write down in your notes an intelligent question you have about the stuff over there. Read. Okay, write down your question, and hopefully we'll answer it in class next time I see you. All right, let's jump back over to my spiel and see what we're doing here. Okay. So here's something that they wrote down on those in the white. It said, similar to how we added parameters to constructors, we can customize all other methods to accept parameters. So if there's a method where we need to be able to pass in additional data, we can do that. So let's see what that's going to look like. So here's the example they gave. We're back to the car example again. And so they created this method, start radio, so we know because it's void that it's a command. We know it doesn't return anything because it's public. We know that everybody can access it, but that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is they added in to the parentheses string station. So whenever you say, hey, start the radio, you have to pass in the additional data, this radio station's name, and it has to be string, so it has to be in double quotation marks. All right. So this right here, public void start radio, this is the method signature, and this whole thing is a method definition. Okay, and as it says here, it has the parameters are required. Okay, so here's the quiz question. What is the parameter's name? And what is the parameter's data type? See if you can figure that out. Okay, and if we come down here, we have mycar.radio station meditation station. All right, so this is so we have the object. So we actually have an object, a car in the game called my car, and you're using the dot notation, and we're asking it to start the radio. And when you try to start the radio, it's like, but you have to send me the name of the radio station as string. So you see here in double quotation marks, the name of the station is meditation station. All right, so I did not tell you the answer to this question, but I did not forget. I'm jumping back. What is the parameter name? If you look up here, the parameter name is station. And what is the data type? The data type is string. Okay, so we answered that. Okay, what is my car? Answer that. What is the dot? What is that thing right there? And what is start rate? There should be no space there. What is start radio? And what is stuff in the parentheses called? So answer those questions the best you can. Okay, let's go to the next. Oh, no, just kidding. I'm not going to switch to that slide before I tell you the answer. So my car is the name of the object. So we have a car, object named my car. The dot is the dot notation. It's saying, hey, let's do something, or let's figure out something about this object named my car. The start radio is a method call. We taught it how to do stuff up here with the method definition, and now we're asking it to do it with the method call. We have what is this thing in parentheses? That is the parameter. Okay. All right. So let's go to the actual project here. So let's go and see if we can actually get something done on this thing. So let's go over here. Okay, so let's go through and read the instructions. It says add a method to the store class called greet customer. It should be accessible by other classes. So that means it's public. And return no output. That means it's void, so it's a command, not a question. For now, we have it take no parameters and leave the body of the method empty. All right, so we're going to come over here. So it's good. Let's break this down step by step. Add a method to the store class. Okay, so here's the store class, and here's our regular old method constructor, regular old method. So this method advertise starts here and ends here, and so we're going to stick it right here. And so just like all the other methods, we're going to start it with a comment. You don't have to, but it makes sense. And so this is going to be the greet customer method. Okay, so then we're going to come down here and we're going to start it just like these others. It's going to be public void. We be accessed by everybody. It's a command, not a question, so it's void. The name is going to be greet customer. Okay, and so we're going to put in the parameters, but the parameters are empty for now. And then we don't put in a, I was tempted to put in a semicolon, but we don't put in a semicolon. We're not asking it to do it. We're teaching it how. So because we're teaching it how, we're going to put in our curly braces. And we hit run, and nothing's going to happen because we never asked it to do that. But we're trying to teach it, and we're trying to teach it to do something, but we haven't really put anything for it to do yet. All right, number 2, modify the greet customer method so that it accepts a string parameter called customer. All right, so we're going to go inside our parameter, and the data type is string, and the name of the parameter is customer. And by the way, I won't quiz you on this yet, but we're creating a local variable. Basically, there's a box called customer. The only thing that can go into it is string. This is a local variable that has a scope that goes from here to here. Okay, so we did number 2. And so if we run that, we'll see if it's happy. So it's happy. And now we're going to go to number 3. Inside of the greet customer method, add a print statement. All right, so we're going to actually write some code for greet customer. I can't say it. Greet customer. Here we go. All right, so we're going to write some code. So we're going to say our standard system.out.println. And then we're going to put in our parameters, and I'm going to add in the semicolon before I forget, and then we have to do it as a quotation. So, not there. Inside there. There we go. We're going to do our double quotes, and we're going to say, welcome to the store with a space. Don't forget your space after there. So we're going to go, okay, and then out after that quotation mark, we're going to say a plus, welcome to the store, and then we're going to put the person's name. So the person's name is going to be customer. So we're going to copy that, place that variable here, that local variable, and then we're going to add some more text to it. And we're going to do a quotation, and we're going to put our exclamation point. And I think we got it. Let's run that and see if it likes it. All right, so it likes it. Again, though, notice there's nothing happening. Why is there nothing happening? Because we taught it how to greet the customer, but we never asked it to greet the customer. So in the last set part, we're going to teach it how, or ask it to, inside the main method, call the greet customer method on the lemonade stand object, pass in a string argument of your choice. Okay, what does that mean? We're going to go to inside the main method. So we're going to come down here. Okay, well, what's the scope of the main method? Well, it goes from here to there. So we're going to add our code right here. And we're going to, we have this guy called lemonade stand. So we made a box in the RAM called lemonade stand. What do we put inside of it? A brand new store named lemonade stand, right? We put in a new store. Okay, so we're going to talk to this guy called lemonade stand. So we're going to say, here. So we're going to say, I'm just going to copy it so I don't mess up so I'm going to say lemonade stand, and I'm going to use the dot notation because we want the lemonade stand to do something. What do we want him to do? We want him to greet the customer. Okay, and then we're going to put in our perimeter or our parameters, and we always put in our semicolon because we're asking it to do it. Now, if I were to try to run that, maybe I should run this. If I run it, it's going to give me an error like, required string found no arguments. There's no arguments in the parameter. Okay, so I can't run the greet the greet customer method unless I put in some parameters. And I'm going to put in my customer's name, Mr. Dingus. Okay, so now if I run it, I'm actually asking it to do it. Welcome to the store, Dingus. So if you see this, I say, hey, lemonade stand. And it's like, what do you want? Greet customers. It's like, okay, I will, but you have to tell me the name. I send the name. It passes the name from here to here. and uses it right there. Welcome to the store, dingus. That's how that works. Okay, so let's take a look at the spiel here. I've got a couple more questions for you before we're done. All right, here we go. So here's what we built. We built the start radio station method definition with parameters. Okay, what is the parameter name and what is the parameter data type? Answer that in your notes. And right here we wrote the method call that satisfies the parameter. My car start radio meditation station. Oh wait, no, we already did that. I'm sorry. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks awfully familiar. That's not what we wanted. All right, scratch that. Let's do this. Describe what we made here. So this public void greet customer, what did we just make there? What is the parameter name? What is the data type of the parameter? Answer those questions. And down here we have lemonade stand. What's a lemonade stand? What is that? What the dot is what? What is that dot thing called and do? Okay. What is greet customer? What is that? Greet customer. What is that thing? And what are the parentheses here? Okay, answer all those questions in your notes, and that is it for me. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.